Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for January 16th through the 22nd of 2022. So it's getting deeper and deeper, y'all. But let's kick it off with a happy note. If you catch this in time for Sunday the 16th, we have another Words Across the Water, and it's kind of like a Sunday church. It's very uplifting. Everyone's an artist or activist, community organizer, and it's always uplifting. And so by now you all have heard me preach on this one. The proceeds go to support a retreat center and literacy program in Ghana, Africa. And everyone in here is doing amazing things in the world in their own right, leading circles all over the place. It's just an amazing, eclectic group. All ages, all races, very, very good energy. And always a special guest speaker that brings something really unique to the table. So if you're up to it, Sunday morning, 10 a.m. West Coast is 1 p.m. East Coast. The registration link is in my blog. So before I jump off, I just want to give you a quick bullet here. Because when I looked at what we've got this week, we've got transformation for the individual, which means as you change, everyone else around you has to change or go away. We have the Cancer full moon, which is also some personal release work and clearing around attachments and insecurities and things like that, fears, whatnot. And the past, let go of the past. Uranus going direct in Taurus is total liberation and awakening, but it's in an earth sign. So it's in our bodies and on the ground and in our environment. And then by the end of the week, North Node enters Taurus until July 17th, 2023. But when you put it all together with Cancer, Capricorn, and Taurus, it is all about your personal security, your personal boundaries, and your personal base, which starts with your body and works its way out. So this week is a renewal of all kinds and new beginnings. It's kind of endings and new beginnings as they come. They always come together, right? So we kick off the week with a Sun conjunct Pluto. This energy brings to mind a quote, "Circumstances don't make a man, they reveal him." The Sun, which is our ego, and Pluto, transformation, are connecting, and you are often a different being once this energy passes and the two planets separate again. They meet once a year. So for the last 15 years, it's been in Capricorn annually here. And it's only got another year or two to go, and then it goes into Aquarius for 20 years. Okay? So now our work with Pluto is going to start to expand and get longer. Where we have had concentrated growth in short periods of time, it's going to start stretching out. So in one sense, that's helpful. In another sense, it does extend it. And work with Pluto is never easy, but it's always worth it. Pluto brings into the light aspects of ourselves which may have been buried, neglected, or ignored lately, or for some time, a very long time. Sometimes that is miraculous and life-saving, and other times this can be arduous and exhausting. But it is a completely natural process. With this energy, you can now more fully access your own source energy and transcend who you used to be and begin to truly embody who you are becoming. Remember, used to be's don't make no honey, all right? Bringing things into the light comes in many forms as you question all that you thought you were or thought you knew about what you really want to express in this lifetime. You can use this as a rebirth of light within you, or you can look at it as light being brought into your deepest, darkest places within to heal them with a pure, universal light. It is an initiation that often requires a release or sacrifice of some kind that ultimately allows you to grow and blossom in new, more authentic ways. As always, concentrated power must be responsibly directed, so watch any projections or provoked power struggles and pick your battles. Everybody doesn't like light in their dark places. It's time to question if the sacrifices you're making are truly worth it. Relationships often strain under this influence because it is such raw truth rising from the soul, but it also brings things to the surface that are better addressed sooner than later. Think the Tower card in the Tarot, coming down whether you like it or not, so you might as well co-create. It doesn't have to be destroyed necessarily, or maybe it does, as much as it needs to be transformed. We need a new form. Remember, breakdowns always precede the breakthroughs. So, Sun lights it up, Pluto transforms it. It's all purification energy. Deep breath. That's on Sunday the 16th, and then Monday the 17th is the Cancer full moon. This is a great opportunity to release the past, near and far, do some forgiveness work, and learn to listen to your heart and think with your feelings. Cancer energy tends to make us want the comfort of the familiar, but if we don't start getting comfortable with the unfamiliar new territory that 2022 offers, then we are only setting ourselves and the planet up for repeating devastating mistakes. Even if it takes you all year to actually release your attachments to the past, whether it's people, places, or circumstances, please do your best because it is completely supported. We are moving toward new ways of feeding, nurturing, and taking care of ourselves and the planet, and we all need to realign our ideas and definitions of mother. Mother is the portal we all come through and return to, and we can no longer afford to forget that. More than ever, our feeling nature will guide us through this year, and it is imperative that you are able to commune with your feeling nature in an effective way, which means listening to your gut and getting the message of your moods, which shouldn't distract or debilitate you, but show you something your conscious mind may not be aware of or able to handle properly. Ultimately, full moons always bring release, so think in terms of your Capricorn goals, especially for 2022, and then look to how or where you need to release ideas, thoughts, or behaviors which do not contain, nurture, and protect all that you are, all that you love, and all that you are co-creating. Deep breath. I would also add to reflect on the new beginnings that you kicked off 6 months ago in June, July of 2021. At that time, we seeded new ways of nourishing our own mind, body, and soul. How is that going? Remember, full moons are also midpoints, which makes them the best course-correcting time in either a month or a year, depending on which cycle you're looking at. So I'm also going to open it up because I'm hosting a free full moon circle while Shanta Gabriel is recovering very nicely, but she will not be able to host her Compassionate Wisdom Circle this month, so I'm going to do it alone. I usually just help her out, and she does a meditation, and it's always wonderful. But it's just going to be me this month. So I'm opening it up to my own people to join us over there because it will be a fun Cancer full moon call. We'll talk about the energies that support us. We will do a Shanta meditation. We will do some prayers for the world, if you like, if people are up to it, and send our love and light to Shanta so she can listen to the recording. That same day, I don't have a link for it, but you can go to Cinnamon Rose's Instagram page for the full moon energy session, which I will also be doing. So we're going to have the full moon call first, which will be 3 o'clock West Coast, 6 p.m. East Coast. And then a little while later at 5:30 West Coast, 8:30 East Coast, Cinnamon Rose is hosting her full moon energy session. That is always really powerful. And if you have Cancer, Capricorn, or Aries, Libra, then this is the time to do that. Well, I guess I don't have a link to the call, but I can link you to her Instagram page. So I'm going to put that in here. And she does ask for a $40 contribution for that. Then we move to the 18th, which is Tuesday. This is when Uranus goes direct. We have just completed this year's annual Uranus retrograde in Taurus. The personal planets will interact with Uranus and Taurus in a similar way every year so we can consciously co-create with them. Every year's annual retrograde is a special time to assimilate the changes you've been through. Uranus is a collective planet and so affects many people and takes 7 years to accomplish its mission in each sign. During 2018 to 2026, it will awaken the Taurus department of life and stimulate any of your planets in Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo, Aquarius by default. The last 4 to 5 months have revealed what aspect of your life needs the most awakening and/or vitality. This will be an annual process that you can consciously co-create with if you're paying attention. Uranus wakes us up and shakes up our routine with a sudden shock of some sort, and it is up to you not to fall back asleep or back into the old patterns. There is a shift in the values and priorities that support that newly awakened emergent self and how that works on the ground, in your body, on the earth, in real time. So use this annual energy to wake up dormant resources within you and learn how your electromagnetic field really works. It takes conscious practice and dedicated focus when working with your own power and magnetic field. We are cultivating a whole new way of living in our bodies and on the planet, And each year that Uranus traverses through Taurus is going to awaken you to this reality. Deep breath. So often what happens is whatever you've been sort of building up will awaken, open up, crack open in some way when it goes direct like this. So look for some aha moments in the next 2 weeks. The next day is the 19th, which is Wednesday. And that is when North Node enters Taurus until July 17th of 2023. This is a fairly big deal that's going to affect those with strong Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo, Aquarius activated. And for the rest of us, there will be a renewed focus and dedication in those areas of life, which is the houses in your chart. The last time it was in Taurus was 2002 to 2005, and before that, 1984 to 86. Perhaps you can find a common thread amongst those years and what you are feeling this year. We have just spent the last 18 months expanding our consciousness and opening up to radical new ideas, thoughts, and concepts about life in general. Now the energies are shifting and we're going to be called to bring those ideas into form, building something and getting back in touch with our physical senses. Food, sex, and money are Taurus's main focus, for better and worse. This is going to be a time when our primary values and priorities are getting an upgrade like they have not seen in 20 years. So what cycle in your life started in 2002 to 2005 and has completely and clearly run its course? How could you use an upgrade in your well-being or your environment? It is time to get grounded, practical, and present and start to beautify and improve our immediate environment, starting with our own vibration. The next 18 months will put a tremendous focus on what you create with your own two hands. Let's make it useful, beautiful, functional, and sustainable. The last thing I think is worth mentioning is that the initiation is happening in your Taurus department, asking you to balance and integrate something in your Scorpio department, while both Leo and Aquarius departments are going to get pushed to grow out of comfort zone and into new territory. So deep breath. That's a big one. This is setting up a whole new rhythm. The North Node is our life path and direction. If your own North Node is in Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo, Aquarius, this is going to affect you directly. This is one of your clicks. If you've had my readings with the Astro Tarot reading or the Astro Cycles reading, you know my little spiel. The cycles repeat over and over. What changes is you and the energy around them. The sky pattern changes, the people around you, your circumstances. So we always have a chance to respond in new and different ways. But the cycles do repeat over and over. In this case, you want to look back in the early 2000s, 2002 to 5. That was after September 11th. The complete shock and awakening of our consciousness and social collective levels never being the same again. How did you reground after that? How did you come back and believe in your own vision to keep putting one foot in front of the other and not think we were all going down the tubes, right? We don't want to use our imagination for these dark scenarios. Always use your imagination to envision the miracles. And right now, the miracle would be simplifying your life, getting back to basics, and really dialing in what you feel like you're worth in terms of your food, sex, and money. Period. Those are the basics. Whatever it takes to have fair and balanced exchanges again, to have common values on the ground of what is really important in real time. Taurus doesn't deal with a lot of the intangible kind of fantasy possibilities. It's into what are we going to do? We're going to do this to build this to build this. And they know if they dedicate, they're going to have a result. None of this maybe stuff. So deep breath. We're all shifting gears now, coming out of the mental realms and getting into the physical realms. And that's going to shift the focus for the next 18 months too. So really pay attention to the evolution of your resources and how you're doing things in real time on the ground. And know that you're supported to start something fresh and new. And to create that garden that Taurus really represents. To create the space for what you want God to breathe life into. What are we doing? What are we creating with our own two hands in the new year? And since Jupiter is going to be in Pisces along with Neptune with that big activation on April 12th, we can really dream a new dream at a minimum of 12 years and a maximum of 165 years. So we can dream pretty big right now and then take those baby steps to manifesting and creating space for those things to come into being. All right, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic week. This is Callie Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.